Gamertag 219 here, and today's video is been one that I've been contemplating about making for a while now, and it's more kind of a question: am I the only one that feels this way or thinks this way? GMOs. I don't know how I feel about them, and for those who don't know what GMOs are, they're genetically modified organisms. And yes, they do genetically modify food now. I've been aware for a while about all the chemicals they put in our food. And some of the chemicals I've looked up, and they're just disturbing. Including the antibiotics they pump into our food. Which is not a good thing, because now with the fact that if people get sick, they're going to be antibiotic resistant because of all the antibiotics they pump into our food. And a lot of people think they just pump antibiotics into meat. They don't. They pump antibiotics and chemicals into everything we eat, including fruits and vegetables. Which a lot of people think, oh, well, I eat vegetables, so vegetables are healthy. Yes and no, because nowadays there's pesticides, all kinds of chemicals that make the fruit look and vegetables look brighter. Because, if you go to a store and that's the first thing you're going to see is, ooh, this looks so bright, I'm going to buy it. Not realizing that's got all kinds of chemicals that they've pumped into it. And yes, they have, my take with GMOs, I don't know how I really feel about it, because it could be a good thing and it can be a bad thing, because part of me is, I don't want something that's been genetically modified. Because Lord knows what kind of chemicals they're putting into this stuff. I mean, it's bad enough that everything we put into our body now has so many chemicals that you can't even pronounce. Some of the words you can't even pronounce. And for me, it bothers me, like, if you want to eat organic, it is so hard to find these days. It is so expensive. And I don't understand that. I don't understand. Why? Because you want food that doesn't have all kinds of chemicals and all kinds of preservatives. It's so expensive. And I never have understood that. And I mean, I wish there was somebody that could explain that to me. Why is it so expensive for that? Because me personally, I don't like all kinds of chemicals in my food. I mean, it's scary because everything, it makes some of the chemicals make the food taste good. Yeah, but just because it makes it taste good doesn't mean it's exactly 100% good for you. People think if they stay away from red meat, that they avoid the chemicals. You don't. I mean, there's chemicals in all the pop you drink. There's chemicals in all the vegetables you eat. There's chemicals everywhere. And it's scary in some ways, because some of these chemicals are known to cause cancer and cause all kinds of issues. I mean, there's certain foods you eat that's got a chemical that they put into, like, tumbling mats. And it's, are you kidding me? And you're putting that into your body, and I mean, so, it's one of these things where, I just don't know how I feel about GMOs. I mean, it's something you have to look up and decide for yourself. I mean, but me personally, I kind of question, am I the only one that's worried about all the chemicals that they are putting into our food and what it could be doing to our bodies? So I already know I'm worried about all these antibiotics, because, I mean, nowadays, with anything, stuff mutates, stuff changes. And pretty soon, most diseases are going to be antibiotic resistant, because they pump all of our food with antibiotics. And for me, it's scary. I mean, I have had to stop myself from reading the ingredients because it makes me not want to eat certain foods because of what, like, what is all this? Is it even needed, So that's, my whole take with this is, like I said, I don't know how I feel, but I wanted to start a conversation. Maybe there's certain sunflowers or certain people that could, add a little insight to this. Because it scares me, and like I said, I mean, like, all these chemicals that are put into our food, it's scary. And I don't know, like I said, I mean, it gives me anxiety just thinking about it. And, and there are some people who just don't think about it. But do you not realize some of these chemicals are harmful as hell? And that we put this into you? Because you only get one body. And so you have to kind of take care of it, they say your body is your temple and you should watch what you put into it. And I mean, so for me personally, and this is just my personal thought, I've become wary of what I put into my body. All this artificial sugars and artificial chemicals and artificial this and artificial that and all this. So that's why, I mean, I gotta, it's alarming, and I'm not trying to tell people, and I'm not telling people to scare them off from not eating anything. I mean, because you make that on your own decision with this. You take this video with however you feel. It's just I just kind of wonder, am I the only one that questions some of these chemicals that are put into our foods, and antibiotics and GMOs and stuff like that? Because I mean, for me personally, it's kind of scary, and I'm just kind of wondering, am I the only one that feels this way? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please, I want to start a conversation. Please be politeful in the comment section. Everybody has a right to their own views and opinions. Until the next video, stay strong, stay lucid. Remember, I love you. Until the next video, thank you.